In the 1960s, 98% of clothing sold in America was made in America.
Okay.
Today, less than 3%.
What?
Less than 3% of clothing sold in America is made in America.
3 as in singular 3.
Yep. At Joseph A. Bank, I would sell people, an $800 or $900 suit, and they'd get 3 free. At this boutique store, I would sell somebody a jacket for $1,000, and that's just what they wanted. So then I started to see the difference of value. What does somebody value? That blew the back of my head off. I was like, what do you mean? We're in the same town, same demographic, same age, same everything. This person is going to pay $1,000 and wants 4 free tailoring, free this, all. You have to roll out the red carpets. This person's going to pay $1,000 and just wants a jacket and expects that you're the expert, it better work. And the ease of the $1,000 customer who's getting just a jacket versus the $1,000 customer who needs the sun, the moon, and the stars changed my world. And so
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a channel Beyond the Lens. This is basically, a lot of it is wedding connected and wedding related, but it's wedding related in the sense of always connecting to small businesses. I'm all about the mom and pops. I'm all about the entrepreneurs that have a dream and have a vision and everything else like that. And my next guest, Matt from Bard's Clothing, is the epitome of the upper level of clothing when it comes to that. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like being so expensive that it's not affordable. I'm talking about custom clothes that are custom fitted. And everything about the experience is custom. That's the only thing I'm going to say. So we're going to talk to Matt from Bard's Clothing now. Thank you. That's really the biggest thing I want to start with. You and I met about 2 years ago in the Berkshires through Nicole Zorick Designs. We were doing a stylized shoot. Nicole set everything up, and she does dresses. So she then told me, was like, hey, by the way, there's going to be a suit guy there, and he's going to be doing his own suits and things like that. So we've got 2 models for guys, 4 models for girls. So he's going to be there too. So that's where I met you on that day. So that was quite the experience.
That was quite the experience.
It was a full day in the Berkshires at a beautiful place that was there. And that was the first time that I met you. I'm very good at not judging, but getting a good vibe of our personalities, of somebody's personality. And right away, you and I clicked. We started talking. And what I loved about it is no matter what picture we were going to do, you made sure everything was in its place, meaning the tie was straight, meaning everything, lapel was right. Everything was about it. And then we took the picture. So I cannot emphasize enough the attention to detail was like of the front foremost of that. So
I appreciate that.
How did you even get into doing where you were and how you got into starting Bard's Clothing?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. Really appreciate this. Yeah, you and I have always had a great rapport, and it's just like, I feel like you and I bring an energy to whatever room that we're in, and it's
100%.
Basically molding the environment to what we want it to be. So I appreciate you and I being on that level. I started in retail pretty much accidentally. I got a degree in history. I wanted to be a history teacher, and I started to go to school for secondary education, and I needed money, as everybody does. So I got a job at Express. Until that point, 21 years, had never considered myself fashionable, never cared about retail, never cared about clothing.
Wow.
I was in shorts that almost reached my ankles, triple XL shirts, backwards fitted hats. Yeah, like it never mattered to me, clothing at all. And so I started working at Express, and I started to really see kind of over a period of time, oh, I can make a difference in someone's life. This is cool. And I did a couple people's, I sold people clothing for their weddings. It wasn't really wedding parties or anything. Somebody just said, I need this jacket for a wedding, or I'm attending a wedding. And I was like, this is really cool. They're not just getting clothing just to wear. This is for something special. And I ended up dropping out of, I ended up saying those fateful words that everybody says, oh, I'll just come back for my degree. 15 years later, still have not.
Any regrets with that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because what helped me do that was what I started to realize when I started to focus more on retail was what I liked about retail is what I liked about teaching. It was the selling. I love talking to people. How can I help?
Yeah.
I have
You are a communicator.
Yes.
You
I
are
have
a communicator.
something. How do I give it to you? How do you express that you need something? What is the dynamic between two humans where there's a net positive end result? And it didn't matter if I was telling people, here's why you need these pants, or here's why you need these facts. That exchange I loved. Mm-hmm. I realized that Express was not the place to do that. So I actually got recruited out of there to go to Joseph A. Bank. And when I was there for about 2.5 years. Started as assistant manager, quickly became store manager. And when I was there, I was doing a lot of weddings. People would come in for those buy one, get three free, buy one, get four free, crazy sales. And so they do an entire wedding party. And I was like, this is insane. I don't know anything about weddings. I don't know. People would ask me like, oh, you're the expert. And I was like, am I? Sure. So then I was like, well, if people are telling me I'm the expert, I should probably
educate myself.
Yeah, I should probably look into like colors and schemes and trends. And so then not under any direction, I would start to have these store meetings with my team and being like, okay, listen, how many of you have heard you're the expert? And my whole team would raise their hands. I was like, how many of you feel like the expert? Nobody would raise their hands. I was like, so we're going to do this because we all agree that we need this. And I talked to them about certain trends, certain expectations, just what the wedding industry was, style. I was like, okay, if you're gonna, sell somebody on a jacket, here's how they should have it styled. Here's what color combos look good together. If somebody says that they're doing a sage green, here are the colors that you recommend. So I really started to push my team on like how to upsell. Hey, ask them, what are the dads wearing? What are the ring bearers wearing? We did do rentals at banks then, but I hated doing rentals. And so I always talked people into buying it. And then I started to see like, oh, well, there actually is a value in buying the clothing.
Great point. Great point.
There's no bigger scam in the world than renting your outfit. It's unbelievable. So then when I left there, I must have done 100 weddings at banks. And then I left there and went to a boutique store. And when I was at the boutique store, which was 0.1 mile away from Joseph A. Bank. And at Joseph A. Bank, I would sell people, an $800 or $900 suit, and they'd get 3 free. At this boutique store, I would sell somebody a jacket for $1,000, and that's just what they wanted. So then I started to see the difference of value. What does somebody value? That blew the back of my head off. I was like, what do you mean? We're in the same town, same demographic, same age, same everything. This person is going to pay $1,000 and wants 4 free tailoring, free this, all. You have to roll out the red carpets. This person is going to pay $1,000 and just wants a jacket and expects that you're the expert, it better work. And the ease of the $1,000 customer who's getting just a jacket versus the $1,000 customer who needs the sun, the moon, and the stars changed my world. And so at the boutique store, I started to do a lot more custom clothing. And that was when people were bringing in swatches and bringing in pieces of the dress and bringing in the flower inspo, and we would match up the tie and we'd do fun details and we'd get the lining and all this. And I saw that a lot of grooms would get a custom suit, and then the groomsmen would get, we had access to suits that were like $200, $300, $400. And so the groom might get a suit for $3,000, the groomsman might get a suit for $300, and I was able to help both of them. And so getting people exactly what was going to work for their day was huge, because it was a more affluent clientele that was going to this boutique store. And I really wanted to ramp up the wedding business because I loved it. It was so amazing to have such a personal connection with somebody.
Yeah.
You worked with them multiple times over this 6-7 week run. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then this was really interesting, when I actually left and started Bards in 2020, I knew that I was going to be at a much higher price point. And I figured, okay, this is just going to be for the business, the CEOs and whoever else. Currently, 90% of my clientele is the wedding business. It shocks me. People from 30 to 34 spending between $4,000 and $5,000 on one garment. And I'm always shocked because I'm like, what did I do wrong in my life? I can't afford this stuff, but my clients can. That's awesome for them. But I realized that it was back to what I had learned at Express, that value. And Joseph A. Bank, the value. And the boutique store, the value. What somebody wants to get out of the experience is not up to me. I can provide everything possible, and if they see the value in it, they want to move forward. So it's just about being as transparent as possible. And I'm seeing that a lot more people with their weddings, they don't want to like check the boxes. Okay, they don't want the paint by number wedding. We've got the DJ, we've got the suit, we've got the this. They're like, we want the photographer who makes us light up and who gets us. We want the guy who's going to make the clothing that really understands our values as people who shop slow fashion and support local. They want their vendors to mirror their values as a couple. And that's really the biggest difference that I'm seeing now with my couples.
I didn't know where you had started from, because I only know you as you are now, and I know how meticulous and everything else like that is. Not knowing you came from a department store mentality with no fashion sense at all, to know where you are now, it's like night and day.
Yes.
Like, Matt didn't see this coming, let alone, how did your parents ever say, you want to be clothing designer? What?
They still say that 5 years later. They're like, what are we doing here? Yeah. They're like, Matt, you of all people. Like, I was such a slob growing up. But I think the reason why I am so meticulous now is because it's so organic. Because it's everything that I see is something that I realized in real time. It wasn't trained, it wasn't given to me like, these are the things you need to look out for.
Yeah.
It was something that I just kept seeing over and over.
Yeah.
And so now,
patterns almost.
Yes, exactly.
Trends almost.
Trends and mistakes and
good and bad. Yeah, trends bad, good and bad.
People don't know what they don't know.
Yep.
That to me is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't fault people for buttoning both buttons on a suit jacket.
Correct. There's 2 buttons there. Why not?
Why not? But
let's address that,
yes,
Matt.
Yes.
I have everybody asking me, why do you unbutton the last button? And I know it's a trend thing, but where did they either come from, or why do they do that? What can you tell me about that?
So it's actually not a trend.
Okay.
It's actually function over fashion.
Okay.
So it's the way the garment is constructed. So if you're going to imagine a suit jacket, you've got the shoulders, then you've got the torso, then you've got the bottom. The top button is the most narrow part of the jacket. So when you button it creates that contour. It creates that silhouette.
Yeah.
When you button the bottom button, it then bows out the lapels. It creates all of this uncomfortable thing. So the bottom button Yes, there is no logical reason why it's still there.
Okay.
The reason why you don't button all of them is because back in the early 18th century, there was a king from England who was quite large. And if you look at early Victorian jackets, they've got 85,000 buttons.
Yeah.
He was so large, he couldn't button all of his buttons. So he would end up only buttoning one. And out of respect, everyone around him, not to offend him, would only button one.
Okay.
And so the tailors were constantly reworking garments because when you only button one, but they're all supposed to be buttoned, you've got all this extra fabric. So they started to rework. They were like, rather than, redoing this work, why don't we preemptively do this? Because this king is going to be in charge for his whole life.
Yeah.
Let's just make the jackets more narrow at that one button.
Interesting.
And so you saw less and less and less buttons. Also, one of the more formal jackets is a dinner jacket or a tuxedo jacket. They only have one button.
Okay.
So having two buttons is a little bit more civilian, militaristic.
Okay.
It's not the royalty of the tuxedo jacket.
Okay.
So that's probably why the second button still remains, but only buttoning one actually creates the perfect silhouette because it is at the focal point.
The narrowest part.
Yep, of where the jacket needs the tailoring.
Got it. Now, is that the same if there's a vest that has 4 buttons or 5 buttons on it? Because I have vests that have 4 buttons on it, 5 buttons on it, and it's the same thing with the bottom button not buttoning it.
Correct.
Okay.
You always leave the bottom one unbuttoned. That one is definitely...
And that's a fashion over function.
Correct.
Okay.
Function over fashion. Yep. Function over fashion, because that one is more when a vest sits so close to you, when you sit down, you don't want the button to kind of be buttoned because your hips kind of come out. It doesn't matter if you're...
Yeah, because you bend at the waist.
Yes. You don't want
That makes sense.
Unbuttoning it just creates a cleaner look. The fabric lays on your lap.
Yeah.
So that's why those things happen.
Yeah. That, and thank you for clarifying that it's not necessarily a trend. It's a function over fashion. Where people get confused is why are they putting 3 buttons on there or 2 buttons on there when only one is supposed to be buttoned?
Yeah.
There's no reason for it, but it's the function part of it. So, all right, I feel like we've put that one to bed. Let's go on.
Yeah.
Now you're located in Higganum, Connecticut.
Higganum, Connecticut.
And you've got a by appointment only showroom there.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's about 10 minutes south of Middletown, Connecticut.
Oh, perfect.
Right on
So
Route 9.
all the description that we're going to talk about now is going to be in the description. Everything we're talking about now is going to be in the description down below. But what is the social media handle for you on Instagram?
At Bard's Clothing.
Okay, so at Bard's Clothing is all it is. I'll put that above and I'll put it down below.
Yep.
All right. I see I compliment you on your social media all the time. All the time.
Yes.
It's all related to clothing and it's all related to fabrics and I love watching your reels when you're in the factory with the people making that's so cool to me. And this is the fabric that you actually sell.
Yeah.
You're selling the fabric that you're actually watching being made inside of there.
It's unbelievable.
That to me, that tells me a lot about you. You're learning your craft. You're involved in your craft. You are engulfed in your craft.
Yeah.
So you now, you've become the expert. And now do you feel like an expert now?
Now I definitely do, and I also feel that the more I know, the less I know.
I agree with that. Same thing with photography.
That is my favorite.
Yep.
That's my North Star.
Yep.
It's not even something I have to remind myself. It's just how I'm wired.
I agree.
I love my ignorance. I love what I don't know because it keeps me moving forward.
Yeah.
And there's so many people in any industry that feel like just because they've been doing it for X amount of time, they're more knowledgeable and better and look down on you. No. It doesn't matter if I am on the cover of Forbes and next year and everybody around the world knows my name, I will still be wondering, wait, what? How do you
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Like what? And
Yeah.
once I learn something,
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I get it out
Yeah.
to the rest of the people?
Yeah.
Because they need to know
Yeah.
this.
And that's what I feel like your social media is all about. I
Thank you.
like the ones that you literally sit with the microphone. I love how you always have the tape around your
Got
neck.
it.
That is so you.
Yeah,
And that is so
I
who you
appreciate
are.
that.
And,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I'm noticing you've got fabrics
Yeah.
and suitcases of fabrics
Yeah.
and things together and what goes together and what doesn't go together. This is the knowledge that I'm talking about, because this is, I want to talk about really quick. You mentioned the word rentals.
Yeah.
Now, I poo-poo rentals because they are a lesser quality.
Yeah.
They've been used by 75 other people, so they're definitely, more used in that sense. I want you to not as a sales pitch or try and sell me something, but if somebody's on the fence and it's their wedding day, I'm going to put a picture here.
Yep.
It's their wedding day. Their bride has already gotten their $4,000 dress, and she's got a dinner outfit that she wants to put afterwards, and then the guy rents a tuxedo for $200.
Yep.
Okay. Talk to me as if you were talking to a groom at a bridal show, saying, okay, here's the benefits to renting,
Yep.
but here's the cons.
Yep.
Here's the benefits to buying.
Yep.
Talk to me about that. How would you address somebody that's on the fence between renting and buying as a groom?
First and foremost, it's your special day as well.
Thank you.
Let's just acknowledge that.
Okay.
And let's carry that out throughout this conversation.
Yes.
It is your special day as well.
I
don't like that going through this, the groom might take a back seat.
Thank you. That's the exact words I was just thinking of. You are absolutely right. Go on, continue.
Yep, absolutely. And the other part is there's a difference between cost and value. And we talked about value earlier. People see a price tag and they think about the cost. What's it going to cost me? There are realities of a rental. You're going to pay that price, you're going to wear it once, you're going to give it back. I know 3 or 4 stores between Holyoke and Hartford, Connecticut, that can sell you a suit for $300 or $400. So just about the same, if not a little bit more than a rental. You can then wear that same garment for 10, 15 years. So your cost per wear actually goes down. So it's actually a better financial
value
decision. There's a better value in buying that garment because you will wear it over and over again. Now, I understand when people bring up yeah, but I already have a Navy suit. Yeah, but it's a tuxedo. How often am I going to wear a tuxedo? Yeah, but I also believe that we have gotten to a place. There is a natural human predilection to look for the path of least resistance. If you get a black tie optional invite, okay, well, I can get away with my gray suit. No, you can't. But also, if you buy a tuxedo and you get that black tie optional invite, you're more likely to wear your tuxedo. There are opportunities all over the place to elevate your style, elevate what you wear. You have just tried to create this ease of existing, so you want to get away with this or get away with that. If you invest in a suit that's maybe a little bit more, yeah, it'll be more of an upfront cost. But you will find more options, find more opportunities to wear it over and over the years.
Yes.
I have people that tell me that they got married with me 10 years ago, bought a suit for $300, and they're like, I still wear that thing every month.
Yeah, because they saw the value in it. And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, when you're spending the money on something that you value, you will tend to want to use it more often.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yes.
I feel like that applies to a suit.
Yes.
I don't care if it's just a custom vest that you have. Now, for me as a photographer, I wear a shoulder strap for my harness, for my cameras.
Yeah.
So I feel I want to dress up more when it comes to putting a suit jacket on, but with a suit jacket, I feel like I'm not only, there's a restriction because I'm always going up here. So you know, when you bring your jacket arms up, your jacket kind of comes with you. Even with one button, there's a movement to it. So when my harness is on, the jacket wants to come up, but the harness holds it down. So that I feel it's restricted. I wear vests to every single one of my weddings because it leaves my arms free. The vest holds my chest together and it holds the harness down, and my arms are not restricted. So even on your wedding day, you can do a vest on your wedding day with a pant combination, not necessarily suit, but there's also an option of adding the suit to the vest and the pants if you want to use it anything else in the future. Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you customize all of your suits customized with an interior something?
So,
well, before you answer that, I know Matt. Matt, I did a workshop. Now, I'm at this workshop, and I showed up about 15 minutes late because I couldn't find a parking spot. And this was in Connecticut. And I come walking down this aisle, and there's like 30 photographers standing there facing the models, which was a bride, it was two male and female being photographed. And I come walking around the corner, and I was like, "Hey, Matt! I know you're not there." And I'm like, "How did this? What?" But the suit that you wore that day, so you were the model for the day, modeling your suit. Even to the point where your initials were on the suit. Even to the point where you open up the jacket, it was all customized on the interior. Is that the liner on the inside? Is that what you call it? Tell me, is that something that you are notorious for doing, or is that something like if somebody wants to go the extra mile?
So every garment has to have a lining.
A liner, makes sense.
It's actually made out of a silk fabric because when it's on you, you want it to move.
Slide.
So the silk actually creates a path of least resistance.
Makes sense. I would have never known that.
Over time, people realized, well, I could make the silk look fun. And then with the rise of digital enhancements, I could put whatever I wanted onto the silk now. So now we've got linings that can be whatever you want. I could take these photographs and put that on the inside of the lining. When you work with me, it is 100% start from scratch. We're going to make a garment completely for you, not in the way people don't understand what custom really means.
Explain.
People think that custom means customizing something that already exists. So if you go to McDonald's and you go to a little kiosk and it says customize your items, you go and buy a car, you pick a Chevy Tahoe. It's got the Chevy Tahoe, and then you can customize the features. That's something completely different than what I do. What I do is we're going to take your measurements. We're going to take a two-dimensional pattern. So we take actual piece of paper, draw out your pattern, lay the fabric down, cut around it, and mold it into a 3D structure. It's truly one of a kind because you're the only person with this armhole opening. You're the only person with this shoulder drop. You're the only person with all of these measurements. So it's already 100% made for you. Second, I have 1,000 fabrics that you get to choose from. I have 500 linings you can choose from. You're the only person that's probably going to put these two together. This lining, this fabric, these buttons, everything is going to be one of a kind for you, on top of made actually for you. There are features that other companies, some of your bigger custom houses, not custom houses, that's giving them too much credit. There are other companies that are like Men's Warehouse, Indochino, these very large companies that say that they do custom. The features that they offer are the customizing. You get to pick your linings, you get to pick your button, you get to have the buttonhole that's a different color. That's kid stuff. That's like, duh, you get to pick that. To me, it makes no sense. Like, if I was gonna make you a cake, and I said to you that I have these 3 different sprinkles, and you get to pick one. I'm not gonna make it a big deal that you get to choose from these 3 sprinkles. You have to choose from these 3 sprinkles. So for me, you have to choose a button. Why am I gonna make that a big deal? It's a bigger deal that we're choosing everything, that you're choosing the weight of the canvas. If you run hot, I can make it half lined. If you are choosing a lightweight Italian fabric, I can make it a softer canvas so it'll lay on you like a cardigan, rather than if you choose a heavyweight English fabric, I'm gonna build it up so it looks almost like a riding jacket in the country. Those are the features that I care more about, not the buttons and the linings. So there are certain aspects of the garment that I'm just going to tell you we're going to do because it's base level. You're going to get your name in it. You're going to get your initials somewhere. You're picking a fun lining, make it fun. Go all the way out. And I've worked at other companies where those are all upcharges. It's all included because I want to give you the best experience possible. So people don't really understand what custom is. There's this other big word, bespoke, that people use. So bespoke there's no word more bastardized in the English language than bespoke. It used to mean when you would walk into a tailor shop, the tailor was the person who measured you, cut the fabric, sold you the fabric, sewed it together, one-stop shop. That's what true bespoke means. Now people have made it just mean customizable. I've even seen it being used in cabinetry and upholstery. People say, oh, you get your bespoke kitchen. It's like, no, what? Just because you get to choose some features doesn't make it bespoke. And it comes from the English, when you'd walk in, you'd see all the fabrics. I choose this one, and then that one had been spoken for. It was bespoke. So when people look at the landscape of custom clothing, I can get a custom suit from an Instagram ad that's $300, or I can get a custom suit from Matt that's gonna be $4,000. How the hell are these the same thing? They're not the same thing. The same way McDonald's is not the same as a tomahawk steak at a fine steakhouse.
Great analogy.
Where they get
Great
the
analogy
meat from a farm.
Great analogy. Great analogy.
Yep.
And I can see why you wanted to be a teacher. The way you would enunciate and explain what you're saying, that's a teacher's perspective. Okay.
I still try to bring that out.
And that's excellent because you're educating me, which is when you sit down with your wedding couples, you're educating them.
Right. I'm not here to put down what you may have thought was quality.
No.
And that's why I go back to, you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
I try to meet people where they are.
Yep.
There's this amazing book. I don't know if you've read it. You definitely should. It's called Gap Selling.
Gap Selling.
By Keenan. And it basically says that your client is here and you're here. There's a gap. How do you fill that gap? How do you close that? Because they don't care about your features and your this and your that, especially if they don't understand it. If I was to just sit down with a raw human being and say, so do you want a soft canvas with no horsehair in it? They'd be like, what? Yeah, and I'd be like, no, trust me, it's better. It's better than stupid Men's Warehouse. And they might think, well, the only suit I've gotten is from Men's Warehouse and I had a great experience.
Yeah.
So now you look like a dick because you're just putting it down. So I tried to say, hey, here's why this is this price, and I'm this price. In the hierarchy of clothing, if you are to look at a pyramid, I am in the top of the pyramid in all of clothing that you could get, from here to England to wherever, to Italy. The clothing, the craft work, the craftsmanship that goes into my clothing is in the upper echelon, and I try to deliver on that experience. Quality comes down to a few different factors. The materials used. A lot of people today say, I don't want to wear a suit because it's hot and I sweat. That's because you're being sold garbage that is polyester, which is plastic, or oil. So when you're wearing a suit and you're sweating, it's because you are wrapped in plastic.
So basically, that's what all rentals are.
100%.
Got it. Now, can you
100%.
imagine the last 7 people that wore it before you sweating in it?
Exactly.
All right.
It's really gross.
Okay.
Yeah, it's foul. So anything polyester you want to stay away from. So I use 100% natural fibers. Natural fiber means it's more expensive. That's one layer of cost. These big companies said we could either pay this farmer to shear this sheep and then get the fabric here and then mill it, and then pay the milliner to dye it and weave it and sell it back. Or we could just take this goo from the ground, put it through a spaghettifier, and we have endless supply of it. And that's what polyester is. It's literally oil that's been woven in the thread and then rewoven, and it doesn't breathe and it never breaks down. So my suit, if you were to throw it away, in about, 10 years, it'll probably break down and just return back to the earth. Same where that sheep came from. Polyester suit, 300-400 years, it'll still be here.
My mind is like, all I heard in that, Matt, all I heard was, this is not, what size are you? Small, medium, large, or extra large? That's, and I'm here. This is what not that experience is.
Yeah.
This is your wedding day.
Yes.
This is your wedding day. Your bride has the dress that she wants, and she's got all of that stuff, and she's got another dress that she's going into. I feel like there's going to be an expense, but there's going to be an experience that's undeniable.
Right.
And undeniable when it comes to experience is the long-term part of this, is you're going to be able to wear this suit jacket, vest, whatever this combination is, multiple times at your discretion when there's opportunity. Right. Okay? The rentals, I'm always against them, and I feel like people do it because of convenience.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. This is not what size, large, medium, sharp, nothing like that. This is, you get fitted customly to what you are going to be fitted. And you're right, buy a regular vest. Okay, let's say it is medium and it fits good right around here. Or let's say it fits good in the arms, but it's tight here because it's medium. Now you go to the large, it fits better here, but you've got this loop underneath the armpit that is not, it looks to be too big. This is not what you do. This is custom everywhere. Everything is measured. The distance between this, you don't want it too long. All of this is customized. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is that upper echelon, next level look that you do.
So 2 points on that.
All
Two
right,
quick
thank you.
points. One, you brought up that jacket that when you lift your arms, it all comes with you. That is because it doesn't fit.
Okay.
Ready to wear meaning it is ready to wear. You walk into a store and there's the clothing.
40 regular, 42 regular.
Versus what I do is custom. So it's custom and ready to wear. Those are the two big players. Ready to wear clothing is a new phenomenon. For pretty much all of human existence, we have had custom made for us. Everybody had a tailor. Everybody had a cobbler. Everybody had a hat person. You had all these people that would make the clothing for you. During the World Wars, there were massive fabric shortages. And so, especially during World War II, they needed to cut back on wool. They needed to cut back on supplies. You couldn't buy clothing to your liking. That's the dawn of ready-to-wear. In 1938 is when it really started. You started to see stores pop up where you could go and you could actually get a shirt. What they realized is rather than having it fit to you, we needed to adopt a one size fits most policy.
Oh, not even all. Fits most.
Most.
One size fits most.
Now you take that over a couple generations.
Great point.
We have gotten to a place now where we don't know what it's supposed to fit like.
Great point.
So when you say this, you're thinking, well, it's because I'm lifting my arms. The reason is because the armhole is too big, because it needs to fit your size and 1,000 other guys that might buy that same jacket, who might have bigger lats, bigger traps, bigger arms, bigger whatever. So you make the biggest armhole, so when you lift it up, it's all coming with you. You got a jacket from me, it's a very tight armhole, it's high. When you lift up your arm, and plus I know you, I'm gonna give you softer shoulder pads, I'm gonna give you a little bit more drape through here. You lift that up, nothing's moving. The whole jacket will stay the same.
All I heard there was experience.
Yes.
This is when you walk into those other places, you get a 42 regular off of the thing.
Right.
They check it for 2 fingers right here. Oh, that's not too tight. That's perfect.
Right.
When if somebody is 6'5" and 200 pounds is different than a 5'4", 200 pounds.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And yes,
can I not? Is that not a good analogy?
It is very, yes, that is exactly it. And now we have gotten to a place.
This is what you meant is one size fits most.
Yep.
Those two scenarios are not the same 42 jacket size.
They're not. And yet the salesperson is doing their job by saying
they're doing what they're taught.
We'll just shorten those sleeves, you know? But generationally, we have gotten to a place right now where we don't know what we don't know. We're so fixated on complacency now. We're so, well, it was cheap, so I don't care if it doesn't fit. How has that become the standard? How has that become the standard?
Great point.
Well, I got it on a good deal, so yeah, whatever. It's not the best material, whatever.
Yeah.
It does. I can't button the neck, so whatever. You know.
Here's what I hear. Well, Ron, we're not sure if we can afford that, so we're going to settle with this. And we know you've got 35 weddings per year that you do, and they've only done 2.
Yeah.
But this is what we're going to settle with.
Yeah.
That it's the same thing as what you just said.
Yep.
It's where is the value in what you deliver.
Right.
And your experience in your delivery.
Yeah.
It's what I do with my delivery and my experience.
Yes. Yeah. So back to the weddings. When people come to me, when people come to you, I feel that they are acknowledging, I know that there's more out there. Yeah. I know that there's better out there, and I want it. I want it for my wedding day. They come to me. Most of my clients tell me this is 5 times more expensive than anything I've ever gotten. I never would have imagined I'd pay this much, but I saw your Instagram. I knew this would be awesome. And it was. And I've had people that have told me I never imagined that this is how it would come together. It's better than I could have imagined. I feel that at the end of my relationship with you, the last thing I feel is that I sold you clothing. That is like not even a concept. The relationship is, we had an experience. You got married, you had the best time of your life, I got to know you. Oh, and also you got a nice piece of clothing from it. The clothing is representative of every life choice you have made that has brought you to me, every life choice that I have made that has brought me in front of you. The factory, all the people in my factories that are making the clothing, all the people that are in the fabric mills that are making the fabric, everything coming together. I want this interaction to be the intersection of that, not add to cart, 2-day delivery, just bring it to a tailor.
I heard mic drop right there. Seriously, if I just mic drop right there, all of that information. How did the name Bard's Clothing come about?
You're going to love this. In medieval times, bards were storytellers. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to name my company, I had always been told I could tell a good story.
I agree with that.
And so when I'm thinking about what do I want to name it, I don't know. It was very much like I think about the movie about my life, and this is going to be a pivotal scene. I had all these words written down, storyteller, the clothing story, all these different names. And I'm going on thesaurus.com and I'm typing in storyteller, story time, story this, and I'm like folklore, maybe lore, something.
Yeah.
And there was this one bard, and I had them all on a sticky notes on a wall. And I would just like come in, I'd look at it like every day, and I'd like take off ones. This isn't it, this isn't it. And one day it's like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm just like spinning around in my chair, looking at it. And I see Bard. I like that. That's pretty strong. It's got my last
masculine.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strong. It's firm.
Last
my
name
last
begins
name
with
is
a B.
Banniver.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a duality there. It's hard to remember, so it's hard to forget. Not everybody knows about it.
Great point.
Yep. So there's
It's not a normal word, is what you mean.
It's
not a normal word.
People are going to ask about it. So I was like, So I pull it off and I started diving deep into it. And then I started to remember that I had heard about this word because back in the Dark Ages, 500 to 1000, when Roman Empire collapsed, the only people that upheld society were the clerics who would travel throughout the country and tell stories. That was the only reason that society existed, was through the stories that we told each other. We upheld civilization that way. In Americana, you call it folklore, sitting around telling people stories. The reason Neanderthals lost to Homo sapiens is because Homo sapiens were storytellers and would band their bands together. And so I was like, okay, there is an importance of story. I'm also a huge movie guy. I know that stories mean so much to generations. You look at Star Wars, you look at Lord of the Rings.
They captivate you.
There is a connectivity in humanity through storytelling.
Yeah.
Perfect. But I don't want it to be my story. I want to make clothing that tells your story. Because what we wear says something about us.
I feel like it says everything.
Without us even saying a word.
Without even saying a word.
Yeah.
Another mind drop right there. You're right. It's how you, just not even counting with suits. Just clothing itself. You radiate by the way that you wear things. Yeah. And this is not, downplaying people that not about a demographics and no money. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being in an industry and in a life that you will see people dress certain ways.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's how Bard's clothing came from.
Yep. And
wow.
And not suits either. I mean, I was very intentional when wearing this outfit, wearing a denim snap down shirt. I mean, what is more Americana than the denim workwear?
And this is American company.
Got the made in America.
Made in America
in 2022, September 2022. Made here.
And everything you do is American made.
Everything
you do is American made.
Made in. So my clothing, meaning suits, sport coats, all that is made in Rochester. My shirts are made in New Jersey. And one of my favorite things is that I also make clothing for women. That's another huge aspect. Is that in the world of custom clothing, most of these companies manipulate men's patterns. Oh. So they'll take your pattern and just say, well, they're much bigger in the chest. But then you've got this awkward pulling, things don't lay right, but they get away with it because it's cheap. Like, oh yeah, well, I got a custom suit, but it doesn't fit great, but it was cheap, so whatever. It bothers me so much. That's my biggest competitor, is competing against the complacency. People who are okay with this low status quo.
See, you're almost competing against convenience.
Yes, I am competing against convenience. I am competing against, well, I can wear flip-flops to the office. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Mic drop.
Yes.
Great point. Great point.
I am a fashion designer, a custom clothier. I am here in jeans and a denim button-down shirt.
Yeah.
Nobody told me that I had to dress up here. Nobody told me that I didn't have to dress up here.
Yeah.
I showed up in what I thought would be appropriate. And it's a shirt that fits me well. I wear this thing all the time. I have to get another one because I actually like overwear it. But it'll last me years. It has lasted me years. Dressing well does not mean suits and tuxedos.
Great point. Great point.
Have it fit you.
Yeah.
Just have it fit you.
Yeah.
I think, when I think about people who have clothing tell their best story, think about a skateboarder kid. You just see this kid walk by in shorts with all these, huge pockets and a black t-shirt and this, and they got tattooed. I'm like, I know everything about you just by the way you look. There are certain people that you just see them and you're like, oh, I get it. You look at Steve Jobs, black turtleneck and jeans. Oh, I get it. That's
iconic.
That's iconic style. You don't, but if I said describe Tom Ford to me, you probably couldn't.
Couldn't.
If I said describe, Christian Dior, you probably couldn't.
Great point.
The most relatable human beings have the simplest style, but it is authentically them.
I love that.
Again, the Joker's purple suit, Batman's outfit. There are these things in, all I need to do is say like a purple turtleneck, and most people would be like, oh yes, like Steve Jobs.
Perfect example. Nike, who do you think of?
Michael Jordan.
There you go.
Exactly.
It's a brand also awareness also.
But somebody who doesn't know anything about basketball would still know. Michael Jordan.
Still know.
Clothing.
All right. So what's the address for your place, which is by appointment only? What's the address for it?
415 Killingworth Road in Higganum.
Worth Road, right?
Yep.
And I'll cut this part out. Road and the address right there. Okay. We're going to sum all of this up now.
Yeah.
Is there any trends as far as you see happening that's happening now, whether it's happening in other states or not? Is there trends in colors?
Yep. A couple big trends I'm seeing. One, green, huge. Green is, I think I have done 5 or 6 green suits just this season alone. That's been a big one. Much more minimalistic weddings. So I'm getting people that are no wedding party, just like, hey.
I've noticed smaller wedding parties also.
Yep. Just like, hey, it's just going to be us. So we really want to make this outfit completely representative of us as a couple, not just we need to look good on our wedding day.
Yeah.
People want to get something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't pertain to me so much, but people are buying their outfits much more. Rentals have gone down so much.
Thank God.
So people are definitely seeing the value in buying.
Right.
And then also just 2 outfits. People are changing outfits.
Yeah, I'm noticing that also. And it might just be from a big dress that is bustled and it looks good. Then you want to get on the dance floor and they change it into a little bit more of a slimming, easier flowing.
Exactly.
Unless you're Nicole, where she has 4, 4 outfits under one or connected to
only
one.
Nicole can do that. And then
only Nicole can do that.
And then my biggest thing is definitely the custom. Going back to your question earlier about custom linings.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest selling points.
I agree with that.
Is that
I feel like when I think of you, and I actually, when my brides and grooms come to me, I was like, hey, I know it's an expense. If you're looking for something to be custom made for you, he does this thing with the lining on the inside that's really custom to who you are and what you do. I don't care if you're a Chevy or a Ford person. He could put a lining on the inside that's Chevy or Ford or something like that. And the guys usually like that. But I feel like that's what you're known for. I feel like that's a great selling point.
I love it. And it makes it so
personalized.
It's beyond personal.
Yeah.
It's getting a portrait done of you and your family. It's like, it's not just decor, it's your family. So that's, to me, the biggest thing. People come to me because they want that personalization.
But what they get is value, experience, and personalization.
Yes.
Those are 3 words that I feel like are native and iconic to who you are and
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
Coming from a person who worked in a department store that
Yeah.
had no fashion sense at all.
Yeah.
And here
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Here you are today
Yeah.
doing what you do.
Yeah.
Your parents must be like, where did this come from?
They still are like, how? Your room was so messy growing up.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? Wedding related wise, suit related wise, custom barge closing, anything. Anything else you want to address? Put on the table.
In the 1960s, 98% of clothing sold in America was made in America.
Okay.
Today, less than 3%.
What?
Less than 3% of clothing sold in America is made in America.
3 as in singular 3.
Yep.
Wow, what a statistic that is.
Yep. In just a couple of years. In the 90s, NAFTA was signed, and that was what basically opened up free trade. And so every single factory realized, oh, we can make someone else do this a lot cheaper. And completely got rid of sewing classes. And then in the early 2000s, you saw econ go, you saw home ec go, you saw all of these.
I took home ec when I was in high school.
All of these classes where people use their hands. We have now gotten to a place where the idea of how long it takes somebody to make something is a foreign world. And so when people say $3,000 for a suit, that's a ripoff. You're paying for the brand. You have no goddamn idea how hard it is to make clothing. If clothing is under $20, I mean, let's seriously think about that you can get a t-shirt for $20, that you can get a hoodie for $25. But it was made across the world, shipped, flown, shipped, flown, shipped, flown, shipped, 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 and still that company can make a profit. How is that possible?
How is that possible?
It is only possible through slave labor, through if you get your clothing for $20 or something, $30, that means someone cheap isn't cheap. Somewhere down the line, somebody is getting ripped off, somebody is not getting paid. There's some horrible consequences being done to human beings. Human beings. There's no machine on this planet that can make a t-shirt on its own. A human being still has to push it through. Someone somewhere with a life as valuable as yours is getting paid cents a day just so you can say, well, it was cheap, so I don't really care, and I'll probably throw it away. Buy less, buy better. Just wear your clothing for longer, get fewer pieces, make them last. It is an atrocity. We have enough clothing on planet Earth right now to clothe the next 7 generations. 7 generations. Think about when we think about like the baby boomers. We're like, oh, that's so long ago. That's what, 3 generations ago? Double that? That's the amount, and then clothe them? That's a failure in system. It's because people today don't know how hard it is to make clothing.
Yeah.
So we just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how hard it is to make clothing. And then you have places, well, there becomes this like, well, better them than me mentality. Let's just get back to having a humanity. In clothing.
Kindness mentality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I will never apologize for my clothing being so I don't even like to use the word expensive. You do a great job at what you do. You expect to get paid for it. The person making the clothing does a great job. They should get paid for it. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Anybody watching, listening, whatever, you have a job, you have bills, you have kids maybe, you have a pet, you have a life that you want to pay for. Through your job, the person making your clothing should have the same respect and the same dignity. So let's just get back to that.
Mic drop. Mic drop. Okay, wow. That's, like I said, this was Matt from Bard's Clothing. All his information and address and everything by appointment only is down in the description below. His social media is down there. If at least follow him on social media. That helps people get a better awareness and brand awareness and algorithms and things like that. But watch him. Follow him because it's entertaining, but it's not meant to be entertaining. It's information that is specifically to clothing. When he's talking about fabrics and the difference in fabrics and everything else like that, and coming from a department store mentality with no experience in fashion at all, and wearing shorts and a t-shirt and a hat on backwards, to the level and upper echelon of fashion that he does now, it's like night and day, mind-blowing to see where somebody can come from. But everything through this interview, I heard determination, I heard perseverance, and I heard never stop learning. The fact that he keeps doing and learning and enjoys ignorance, that gives him an idea to try and learn more about something. That shows me that this is a guy that I want to make a suit for me or a vest for me, because I see the value in what he does. He puts his heart and his soul in everything that he does, and that's what you're going to experience when you look at Matt from Bard's Clothing. I have said this from day one. This is the guy, the guru of social media when it comes to getting on social media and following him. If you've got a business and you're not sure how to do things, follow somebody like him on social media. This is the pattern that every small business should be doing on social media. Set aside everything else like that. Bard's Clothing is that next level of, I agree with you. Every groom deserves to be treated just like every bride on their wedding day. They should not be treated second rate at all. So spend some money on a suit and get something for yourself that is fitting to who you are. It's great that she can't, but there's no reason why you can't either. So if you're looking for a custom dress designer too, he can customize dresses too and suits for you on your wedding day. Whatever your case may be, look at Bard's Clothing. I feel like I've said enough. He said enough. There's 2 mic drops right now. Thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, go follow Matt on social media, and remember to smile more because it sure does hurt less. Peace.